It's not. It's picking up the mic from the computer.
Austin Gregory here alongside Josh Mechanick and Sammy Holiday as the Oaks are on the road as they take on the OC Riptide down here in Irvine, California. And the Oaks look to bounce back after 2 straight losses to the Foresters and the Saints on the weekend. Got the day off on Monday, and they got a lot of baseball coming up. And this will be the start of hopefully turning things around, Josh.
Yeah, both the Oaks and the Riptide are coming into this game after back-to-back losses, so both teams looking to turn things around. For the Riptide, Matthew Maloney starting the mound for them. He's been their ace. He's been their guy this summer with a couple really nice starts, so they're going to look to build off him and help them get back on track.
In the lineup today for your Oaks, leading off for as many times as we can.
The 2-for-1 special will end after the Riptide record their 3rd out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Make sure to stand and cheer for beer when the Oaks
Austin Carrillo will be in the leadoff spot, and Tyler Ganus will be batting second, playing first base. Gavin Grant will be shortstop, so the Oregon boys go 2-3 there. AJ Salgado, who's been on fire this summer, he'll be playing third base and batting cleanup. Zach Daudet back in the lineup after a couple days off. He'll be in the 5-hole. Josiah Chavez keeps his spot in left field, batting 6th. Jackson Lapiner will be the designated hitter, batting 7th as he returns to the lineup. Zach Crandall will be behind the plate to start this game. And Tyler Glowacki will keep his spot in right field, as we've seen what he can do defensively as he hopes to wake things up offensively. And as Josh mentioned, it will be Matthew Maloney on the mound tonight for the host Riptide, and still looking for his first win or loss this season, 0-0, as he comes in this one out in New Mexico State. But it's going to be a good test for the Oaks against Maloney tonight. And Carrillo tries to start things off like he has many times already this summer. As the faithful know, Carrillo started the summer leading off the first 4 games where he went double, single, double in those 4 games in his first at-bat. And he'll try to start things off with another red-hot bat behind him and Tyler Ganus. Carrillo takes ball 1 down.
For Matthew Maloney, it's been 2 starts, 2 brilliant starts so far. His first outing against the Ventura Pirates in a non-league game, he went 5 shutout innings with 9 strikeouts. And his second outing against the Barons, he just went 4 innings with 1 run and 7 strikeouts.
Carrillo fouls that one back.
For Maloney, in his 9 innings pitched, he's struck out 16 compared to just 4 walks. So he likes to work in the strike zone.
That one's in there for strike number 2. 1-2 the count now. Carrillo didn't seem too happy about that one. Hard for us to kind of tell if if we agree or not with the umpire tonight. We're kind of off-angled here. Good distance from the plate. That one misses inside. 2-2 the count now to Carillo.
For Carillo, as Austin alluded to, it's been a hot start to the summer for him, hitting over 300, and for the majority of it, he's been doing it out of that leadoff spot. So it's great to have a guy setting the table for you like that.
2-2 delivery from Maloney, and Carillo check swings back to Maloney. He fires the first for out number 1.
Yeah, that was almost trouble there for the Riptide. Had that ball gotten by Maloney, it would have taken a difficult play by the shortstop Chase Valentine, but Maloney showed off the athleticism there to nab Carillo at first.
Yeah, and it was a tough play for Maloney. He didn't field it cleanly. He just knocked it down with his glove, then picked it up with his bare hand and fired a bullet for a strike to his first baseman, even though he had, plenty of time. But now Tyler Ganus steps in, who's been the hottest bat so far this summer for the Oaks. So look at ball 1.
Yeah, for Ganus, he's got 10 hits and just 16 plate appearances. Leads the team with an average over 600. He's played in half as many games as most of his teammates, yet has the second most hits on the team.
I'll shoot that one in the shallow right field. That might be a tough play. It's a diving, lunging effort. And the catch made out there by the right fielder, Wilson Gavin, for out number 2. And it was allowed out number 2.
Yeah, it was another ball. We've seen a lot of them this summer. That was kind of just hitting in no man's land back there behind first in a situation where it could have possibly been a bloop double. But that was really nice route there from Galvin in right field and showing off the speed, the athleticism, and making the diving catch.
Gavin Grant steps in now. He's another guy who looking to wake up the bat. He arrived at the same time as his Oregon teammate, Tyler Ganus, so he hasn't played in as many as some of the other guys. So look at a fastball outside for ball 1, but he's looking to wake up that bat like his teammate Tyler Ganus has been able to do. And Grant's a guy who played even more than Ganus this spring at the University of Oregon. Grant, 55 games, 53 of which he started in. Very solid numbers, just under 300 on the average, 292. The OPS over 860, so foul that one back.
Yeah, really solid numbers at Oregon from Grant. And like you said, he's been struggling a bit to start the summer, coming off a pretty solid game against the Arroyo Seco Saints, in which he went 1 for 4, but picked up a couple RBIs as well.
That one just misses for ball 2. That one shot to right field. It's a 1-2-3 inning as settling out there. Underneath it is Galvin. So the Oaks go down in order to start this one off. We'll stay with you in between innings as we'll talk about Alexander Rivas, who takes the bump for the 3rd time this summer for the Oaks, and he's off to a great one.
Yeah, for Rivas, he's started in each of his last 2 outings, going 3 shutout in his first outing against the Coastal Cubs, allowing just 1 hit, and then against the Foresters, one of the best lineups in the CCL. He went 4 innings, allowing just 1 earned run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. So Rivas has done a great job this summer of just staying around the strike zone and letting his defense help him out.
Yeah, Rivas is off to a great start this summer, continuing what he was to finish off his spring at Cal Lutheran, where he went 4 strong outings in a row. They get 4 wins for the Kingsmen, one of which came in a regional matchup where his Kingsmen won the game 9-1, and that was large in due part to Rivas's excellent 6 1/3 inning outing for the Kingsmen, and he looks to continue his good start this summer here. As Josh mentioned, only 1 earned run between the 2 starts, only 3 combined hits between the 2, and 8 strikeouts in 7 innings so far for Rivas, and he looks to continue to do well and earn his 3rd win in 3 starts.
Yeah, Rivas isn't a guy that's going to light up the charts with his velocity, but he'll just finesse you. He'll hit his spots with the fastball, work off of that with the breaking ball, and that off-speed pitch, the changeup. So for Rivas, it's just about locating and staying at the corners instead of around the middle of the plate.
Santino Pinero steps in now. We saw him when the Riptide visited the Oaks last week within a different spot in the lineup as Pinero, the 2nd leading hitter, really the top leading hitter. So he'll swing at the first pitch there, pop that out to shallow right field. It's going to be a tough play, but Glowacki gets there.
Yeah, really the best hitter so far this summer for the Riptide is Pinero, but it's a nice job from Rivas throwing the first pitch strike. Pinero trying to pick on it, but gets under it and flies it out.
So Wilson Galvan, he'll step in now. Another solid bat so far this summer for the Riptide. He's hitting over 300 in his 6 CCL games so far this summer. Rivas misses outside for ball 1. That one shot to Grant at short. He gathers, fires across to his fellow Duck for out number 2.
That's 2 outs on 3 pitches for Alexander Rivas. Continuing what he's done this summer, just getting weak contact and staying in the strike zone.
Rivas originally supposed to be the starter for tomorrow's game, but got moved up to today, but said he felt great before the game and was ready to go.
Yeah, he said he didn't find out till yesterday that he got moved up to today's start.
Ball 1 misses just inside to Dominic Soto. Soto right behind Pinero. As that one just dropped by Crandall there, as that one trickles away from him.
Of course, like Austin said, it's kind of hard to tell from up here where the strike zone is, but had Crandall caught that, I think that might have been a called strike on the outside corner.
That one misses for ball 3, so 3 straight balls here to Soto.
We didn't see Soto against the Oaks last weekend.
That one misses for strike 1. It almost looked like Soto was trying to almost lean into that one with the way he just moved. But he'll look at strike 1, 3-1 the count now to him. Rivas delivers and bounces that one for ball 4.
Just not what you want if you're Alexander Rivas. Got a couple of quick outs. And then with nobody on and 2 outs, just surrendering a walk, not really around the strike zone. And with the cleanup hitter Blake Penso coming up, it's a dangerous bat at the plate.
Yeah, and Penzo's been off to a solid start, hitting 250, but hasn't done what you expect from a cleanup hitter. Only 1 RBI so far this summer. So chop that one foul.
Penso's coming off his freshman year at UC Irvine, where he didn't get very much playing time. He caught, I believe, 1 or 2 games behind the plate starting, and then he got a couple of pinch hit at-bats as well.
Rivas will check on the runner. Soto so far this summer is 0 for 1 trying to steal a base. 0-1, Rivas delivers. He goes off speed and drops that one in for strike number 2.
Yeah, it's a really good pitch there from Alexander Rivas. After Penso was already out front on the first pitch fastball, Rivas notices that and goes with the breaking ball and drops it in there for a strike.
0-2 now. Rivas delivers. He goes off speed again. That one just misses away. Good pitch there, though, from Rivas, trying to get Penzo potentially chasing one behind the count 0-2, but Penzo leaning enough to hold up on that one.
Yeah, it's a really good 0-2 spot from Rivas to try to get the chase.
And he goes off speed there, and Penzo misses that one and doesn't even try to run down on the drop third strike. So it's a strikeout to end the inning. Only the one walk surrendered. No action there in the first inning. See you guys at the top of the second.
Hey fans, the Orange County Riptide in conjunction with Irvine Park Rep.
AJ Salgado leads things off here in the top of the second inning after a scoreless first, in which Matthew Maloney sat down the Oaks lineup 1-2-3. Salgado, the leading hitter for the Oaks with 12 knocks on the season, hitting over .570 as he takes the first pitch strike at the knees.
Yeah, Salgado has been far short of unbelievable.
As he chops that one to short, Valentine cuts it off, throws it on the run, and now it's Salgado at first.
That's also something we're used to seeing already, only seeing the Riptide once, and that's the exquisite glove of Chase Valentine over at shortstop as he flashes the leather over there to flash along with his bright old cleats.
Yeah, it's Chase Valentine's showing off the leather back-to-back times that we've seen him, which brings up Zach Daudet, who's starting at second base today, back in the starting lineup after a few days off. And he takes a strike.
I wonder if it bothers guys when the PA announcer announces their name wrong.
Yeah, I mean, some of them they completely butcher and they're nowhere close. I'm sure that bothers them as Daudet's behind in the count now 0-2.
I mean, to be fair to the PA announcer, he's announcing Zach's last name, how it's phonetically spelled. But, you know, we are here, so it doesn't hurt to walk out of the press box to ask us.
Yeah, they can't ask us while we're in there because they kicked us out. As Daudet fouls that one on the first base line. Daudet's started off the summer pretty hot, hitting well over 300. He's got a double and a triple as well in there. Showing off the pop with a couple extra base hits. We've also seen him all around the infield, second, third, and short, so he's pretty versatile out there as well. Here comes the 0-2, and he fouls that one back.
Yeah, and Daudet's been to the plate a lot already this summer. only 2 guys ahead of
Please return foul balls to a
him and
uniform staff
Gavin
member.
Grant for plate appearances. Sorry, my apologies. 3 guys ahead of them, and that's Salgado, of course, Carillo, and Glowacki.
As that one will get Daudet swinging. First strikeout of the day for Matt Maloney.
Yeah, nice pitch there from Maloney as he just pulls the string and gets Daudet lunging at that one for strike 3.
Now batting for the Oaks, left fielder.
5 up,
number
5 down
14,
for Matt
Josiah
Maloney, which brings up
Chavez.
Josiah Chavez, who earned another start out in left field. Started out there the other day and reached base in 3 of his 5 plate appearances as he swings through the first pitch.
Yeah, and the Oaks obviously are going to want to get the bats going because even though you have the guy who's emerged himself as one of the top starters for this roster this summer, you want to give him run support even though you can rely on his arm.
As Chavez finds himself now in an 0-2 hole. So Matt Maloney has thrown 8 pitches so far this inning, and all 8 of them have been strikes. There's the first ball of the inning. Chavez takes one in the dirt.
Josh's broadcasting curse finally helped us there.
As Chavez swings through that one. Another 1-2-3 inning for Matt Maloney. We head to the bottom of the second with the Oaks and the Riptide still 0-0.
No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Oaks. The score after 1.5.
We're back here now for the bottom of the second inning. After the Oaks have gone down 1-2-3 in each of the first 2 innings, Alexander Rivas looks to sit down the Riptide quickly here in the bottom of the second, just like he did in the first. First pitch here from Rivas misses outside to Gavin Mez. Mez is starting behind the plate today for the Riptide. Having a really nice start to the summer, hitting just below 400. And he's now even in the count with Rivas 1-1.
Yeah, Mez has been very solid so far this summer for the Riptide.
As he lines that one to right field for a knock. First hit of the day for either team. As Glowacki throws back to first.
Yeah, Mez continues to do what he does. You know, even though he'll go up from 333 now in CCL play in his 15 at-bats before that one there. And those 15, only 3 strikeouts, and that's because he puts the ball in play clearly even when he's getting out. So that's something that helps, especially, you know, sacrifice fly situations or a runner on third, ground ball to the right side.
As that one's grounded foul towards the Oaks dugout by Terence Simmons.
Looks like this may be the first game of the summer for TC Simmons. There's no stats for what we have access to.
Yeah, looks like it. And for Simmons, he's going to be senior from UConn. As he grounds that one through the hole. Back-to-back hits now to begin the second inning for the Riptide.
Now batting, third baseman, number 4, Emilio Rosas.
With first and second, nobody out, that's going to bring up the third baseman, Emilio Rosas. He's looking to advance the runners here in this situation.
Yeah, and we saw Mez not even think about going to third there because the Riptide's the team that saw Glowacki absolutely gun a guy down at home plate from right field, so they know the absolute cannon that's in right.
As Rosas takes the ball. Rosas looking for his first hit of the CCL season.
Yeah, it seems like this is his first start, only 2 at-bats in 2 games, so you gotta presume those are both pinch hits.
As Rosas takes the ball up. 2-0 now. Rivas behind in the count now, 2-0 to Emilio Rojas. With first and second and nobody out. Rosas swings through that one. It's a big swing for Rosas in this situation with first and second in a time where you're just trying to get the guys over. But makes sense on 2-0. The 2-1 pitch is swung through.
Nice 2-1 change up there from Rivas as he gets Rosas way ahead of that one.
Yeah, that's an excellent pitch there from Alexander Rivas. He can do that again, potentially get himself a double play ball. Swung on and missed, strike 3. It's an excellent job from Alexander Rivas after falling behind in the count 2-0 to come back and get the strikeout.
Yeah, Rivas went 3 straight off-speed pitches there against Rosas and got him out in front of all 3 as he works the strikeout after falling behind. 2-0 to Rosas, but he's still got some trouble to worry about with 2 runners on and still only 1 out.
Yeah, and that brings up Chase Valentine, who swings at the first pitch and drives it to left. It'll be settled under by Chavez.
Felt like I was in Dodger Stadium for a second there. Routine fly ball, cheered about.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole ballpark kind of lost their minds there on that fly ball that landed about 30 feet in front of the fence and left. That's big for Rivas, too, getting an out on the first pitch. And now the 9-hitter and first baseman, Zach Thomas, is up there.
Thomas, that one guy who's technically above Pinero, but that's because he has 1 at-bat this summer and hit a double.
And Thomas is actually listed as a pitcher, so not sure when he got inserted into that lineup. Might have just had 1 at-bat, doubled. Coaches liked what they saw and just threw him in there.
Yeah, it's cool to see that. I think this is the 3rd team we've seen besides us that has somebody who can play in the field and hit and also pitch.
Yeah, those two-way guys are always so valuable. And we're seeing some in college baseball as well, with Braden Montgomery for Stanford, a stud freshman, and also an All-American over at East Carolina, their shortstop, Zach Agnos, is also their closer.
There's also this guy named Shohei Ohtani who plays in Major League Baseball.
I'm talking about college baseball, Austin. But yeah, that guy's pretty good as well. Thomas finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
Ohtani just setting a new way of playing the game for the young guys.
Pulls the string for strike 3. Great bounce back job from Alexander Rivas after a couple hits to begin the inning. and he shuts down the Riptide lineup. We head into the third inning, still scoreless.
And no errors for the Riptide. The score after 2 complete innings.
Top 3 now as the Oaks still looking for their first hit of the ball game, as it's Jackson Lapiner, one of the Oaks two-way guys who will be designated hitting today, as he looks to get things started this afternoon for the Oaks. He'll look at first pitch, fastball down below the knees for ball 1.
Yeah, we haven't seen Lapiner in a game actually since we last played the Riptide earlier in the week. You went 0 for 4.
Looks at strike 1 there as Maloney drops the fastball in there.
For Lapiner, he's just 1 for 8 on this season with a double, except he has walked 5 times.
Nice off-speed pitch there from Maloney as he freezes up Lapiner, drops what looked like more of a curveball than a slider in for strike 1. And Maloney also, I just realized, speaking of the Dodgers last inning, he takes his signs like Craig Kimbrell does. Lapiner fouls that one off his leg.
For Jackson, although he's struggling a little bit with the average at 1 for 8, his on-base percentage is actually .500, as he's walked 5 times and been hit by a pitch. So he's reached base in 7 of his 14 plate appearances, but just the 1 hit.
Yeah, there's a good amount of discipline in this lineup for the Oaks this summer. A lot of walks across the board. As Lapiner skies that one a mile high behind home plate. Heads up down there. Cameraman did not even know. There's a guy taking photos down in front, and that ball landed, I think, maybe 3 feet behind his head if he was lucky. He had no clue that that one was coming down. He was just watching the catcher.
Yeah, cameraman didn't move, and neither did our man Cam. He should have made that play.
And thanks to Sammy, our production man, he just showed you guys the camera photographer I was talking about. He just almost got a baseball right to his head. Lapiner swings and misses. He's tardy on the fastball for strike 3. Brings Zach Crandall to the plate now.
Catcher, number 9.
We've seen Crandall play first and catch this summer for the Oaks. One of technically 5 catchers on the roster for the Oaks, and we've seen all 5 of them catch so far this summer.
Yeah, a lot of catching depth on this roster.
That one misses down.
For Crandall, he's struggled a bit to begin this season. 3 hits and 14 at-bats, but of the 3 hits, 2 of them were for extra bases.
That one's in there for strike 1. Yeah, and Crandall Actually still looking for his first hit in CCL play. All three of those hits came in the preseason opener against the Coastal Dodgers to start things off, so he's looking to wake his bat up as Maloney bounces that one for ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Crandall.
Yeah, like you said, Austin, Crandall has been seen at first base and behind the dish. There's a lot of guys on this Oaks roster who can play multiple positions, which is just so helpful, that versatility, plugging guys in.
As Crandall drives that one deep to right field. That one's going to drop. Crandall will round first. He'll head to second. He'll round second, but stay put there. It was a valiant effort out in right field by the right fielder, Wilson Galvan, but just kind of a bad track to the ball as he was backpedaling rather than trying to run to the baseball. And so he couldn't settle under it even with the diving effort. So it's a double for Crandall on the first hit of the ball game for the Oaks.
Yeah, really no chance out there for Galvin to make that play. That's an excellent piece of hitting from Crandall as well, taking that fastball on the outer half of the plate and just absolutely driving it to the gap in right center.
Tyler Glowacki steps in now. He's looking to get his bat hot. Fouls that one back for strike 1. Glowacki out of San Diego State. He has only 1 hit in CCL play and 15 at-bats so far this summer. But with a arm like he has and a glove like he has out in right field, hard to not make the case for him to be in the lineup even with the offensive struggles. So he looks at strike 2.
And for Glowacki, that 1 hit actually came in his most recent plate appearance on Sunday afternoon, so he's looking to just build on that here.
Yeah, Glowacki coming off a very solid year 1 at San Diego State where he saw a load of playing time as a first-year player at a D1 program. So chase strike 1, drop third strike. So get the out at first.
It's a really good pitch there from Maloney. Dropping that breaking ball in the dirt and getting a chase on Glowacki. Already now 4 strikeouts from Maloney.
So Austin Carillo steps in now after a check swing ground out to start his day back in the first. Carillo, 261, the average coming into today. More games played than anybody else on this roster. This is game number 8 for him in the CCL. He had a pinch hit. Sorry, defensive replacement situation where he came in and then got an AB. That one misses down. Carillo looking to get a hit streak going once again.
It's a really good leave by Carillo on that pitch. We know he's an aggressive hitter and likes to pick on the first one he sees. And that breaking ball started in the strike zone, but Carillo spat on it as it broke below his knees.
Maloney delivers. Carillo shoots that one. What a diving effort over there, but he misses it. So that will end up going down as an E4 that Carillo will reach on, just because even though, you know, technically Dominic Soto took away a base hit there, he still got his glove on it, and it was the transfer as he tried to pop up where he threw the ball away. So now runners on first and third for red-hot Tyler Ganus.
Yeah, I mean, that's an excellent stop right there from Soto, saving a run. That'll go down as a hit for Carillo just because of the diving attempt, even though he should have had him after he made the dive on the transfer, but it's an excellent stop by him.
Ganus squares the bunt. He'll pull back. That one in there for strike 1. So scoreboard says hit for Carillo, so we'll happily give him another hit. Start things off for another, hopefully, hit streak for him. Delivery to Ganus, misses down. Nice stop there by Gavin Mez.
Yeah, for Ganus, although he's been really hot at the plate, a lot of his damage has come with nobody on base. So he's still looking to pick up his first CCL RBI. And he's got a really good opportunity to do that here with Crandall on third base.
1-1 count now. So check over on Carillo at first. It's back in there safely. That fastball to Ganus misses down and in. 2-1 count to him now.
Let's see if the Oaks decide to run something here with first and third, and the speed of Carillo over there at first base. Surprisingly, he's 0 for 1 this summer on stolen base attempts. We'll see if they do something with 2 away.
Ganus pops that one up the left side in foul territory. Settling under it over there is the third baseman, Emilio Rosas. So Maloney works into and out of trouble as the Oaks unable to
The top of the third inning. No
give any
runs,
run support to Alexander
2 hits,
Rivas.
and no errors for the
We'll head
Oaks.
to the bottom of third.
The score after for the Riptide.
Welcome you back, bottom three. Santino Pinero in for his second at bat of the day. And as you guys probably have been able to tell through the camera, there's some weird shadows here today, and so you can only imagine, you know, what's that doing for the hitters. And the line of the shadow goes like directly across the mound too, so probably annoying for the pitchers as well, but obviously always tough to hit with shadows, as Pinero will chop that one back. 1-1 count now to him now.
Yeah, we're at the point in the evening, though, where those shadows should begin to go away as the sun continues to set, but it'll still be probably a couple more innings of this for the hitters.
That one misses away. 2-1 count now. Yeah, we probably still have about 30 more minutes until the sun fully sets and the lights kick on, and see how the lights come into play like they did in San Luis Obispo. Pinero shoots that one back up the middle. A hard hit base knock for him. He'll round first, but he'll retreat. But a leadoff single. That was a hard hit one for Pinero.
Number 15.
It's back-to-back innings that we've seen a leadoff single by a Riptide hitter, just picking on a lot of strikes from Rivas, but we saw Rivas work out of the jam in the second. He's got to face the top of the order now for the Riptide.
First pitch pop up just off the infield grass as Daudet will settle under it as second. So nice bounce back there from Rivas as he gets another first pitch out after allowing a hit.
Number 1.
That's just so big. That's such a great feeling as a pitcher. After hitting a leadoff knock like that and then immediately getting a first pitch out, you just really settles you down out there on the mound.
Dominic Soto steps in now. He worked a walk on 5 pitches in his first at-bat against Rivas. Rivas' off-speed pitch misses inside there. Oaks will see how much they can get out of Rivas today. As we mentioned, the starters haven't gone too lengthy so far this summer for the Oaks. None going farther than 5 innings. Rivas 3 and then 4, both very solid outings. but I'm sure they're going to try and stretch it, especially with the usage that the bullpen's been getting of late in so many games to come up. Runner goes. Crandall throws down. Too late as Daudet just has to gather and keep it from going into center field. So it's a stolen base for Santino Pinheiro.
Yeah, really no chance there from Crandall. Pinheiro got a really good jump off Rivas, and it was a breaking ball away from him. So Crandall, not only did he have to reach across his body, it was a breaking ball, and Pinheiro got a great jump for his 4th stolen base attempt in as many tries. His first 4th stolen base in as many attempts.
That one's fouled away towards our bus in the parking lot, so heads up bus driver. 2-1 count now to Soto, and I do have to say here at Great Park in Irvine, California, this is really a great park. Cool setup here, almost minor league baseball-esque. They got the electronic scoreboard, so they got the different graphics. They just had the classic robber stealing the second base when Pinheiro stole second, as that one's to another pop-up just past the edge of the infield for Zach Daudet over there to settle under for out number 2 off the bat of Soto, which brings the designated hitter Blake Penzo to the plate. He struck out swinging to Ed the first.
Yeah, Penzo was the first strikeout victim for Rivas. Since then, he struck out a couple more, putting his total at 3. For Penzo with the runner on second and 2-away as a cleanup hitter, this is the spot that you thrive in. He's looking for a 2-out RBI.
So look at strike 1. Rivas goes off speed again on the first pitch. Drops in on the first pitch strike there to Penzo.
Yeah, it makes sense to see a first pitch breaking ball with the cleanup hitter up and a runner on second.
Fastball misses just away. 1-1 the count now. And just so those of you are aware, Thursday's game will not be taking place. So just put that in your schedule. So the Oaks just get another off day. Making Penzo look silly there with the off-speed pitch as Rivas is Penzo way out in front of that one. That's kind of what happened to Rosas, as Rosas flailed at 2 off-speed pitches after being up 2-0. That one's rolled over to Salgado. It gets by him. Grant makes a play. Great job over there by Tyler Ganus. Ganus was off the bag when he received that one, but he blindly finds first base there on a beautiful throw from his Oregon teammate Gavin Grant to get out of trouble. So no runs come across for either team through 3 innings. While we're away, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and to like the stream. We'll be back top 4 with Grant, Salgado, and Daudet due up.
3 scoreless innings for each of today's starting pitchers. Matt Maloney for the Riptide and Alexander Rivas for the Oaks have us in a 0-0 tie heading into the 4th inning. Gavin Grant leading things off here for the Oaks. Grant was a flyout victim his first time up. And he takes a high strike on the first pitch. For Maloney, it's been a really solid 3 innings, 3 efficient innings for him as well. 41 pitches, 4 strikeouts through 3 shutout, as Grant takes a breaking ball that bounces in the dirt.
Yeah, good discipline there from Grant as he checked his swing on one that bounced in front of the plate there. Grant started in the game against the Riptide last week. He went 0 for 4 in that one. But he did come around the score. He reached via fielder's choice.
As he flies that one to left field. That's going to be a routine play out there for Pinero. He makes the catch for out number 1. Two at-bats and 2 flyouts today for Gavin Grant, 1 to each field, and that brings up AJ Salgado. He grounded out to short to lead things off in the 4th inning, trying to continue his hot start to the season. As that's a call to strike at the knees. Salgado doesn't love that one.
Yeah, we saw Salgado's streak of, it was either 8 or 9 straight appearances where he reached base safely, come to an end when he hit a sac fly. So technically his streak came to an end in his at-bat to start today because the sac fly doesn't count as an at-bat. So loses the on-base streak consecutively, but he, I think, has a 3 or 4 game, maybe even 5 game streak of getting on base right now.
He's behind in the count 0-2. As that Maloney pitch barely even got to the dirt.
Yeah, that obviously just slipped out of the hand of Maloney as he bounced that one well far away from the plate.
We've already seen Salgado flail at a breaking ball in this at-bat, so not surprised to see Maloney go to it 0-2. He just didn't get it towards the zone. And there was a great spot for that 1-2 breaker as Salgado watches it break out of the zone. Salgado, one of many guys in this Oaks lineup, really disciplined at the plate, as he runs the count full 3-2.
So Salgado, I just looked, has reached base safely in every single game this summer, including the preseason one against the Coastal Dodgers.
And he goes down swinging here. That's the 5th strikeout of the day for Matt Maloney. And that's going to bring up Zach Daudet with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 4th. Daudet was the first strikeout victim of Maloney back in the 2nd inning. And he takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Maloney's out there working quickly as he's finding himself in a really nice rhythm right now. Daudet grounds that one to second. The play will be made by Santo. And that is going to be a quick 1, 2, 3, 4th inning for this Oaks lineup. The third 1, 2, 3 inning and 4 innings for Matt Maloney as Alexander Rivas heads out there for the bottom of the 4th inning with the Oaks and the Riptide still tied at 0. Leading things off in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Riptide will be the catcher, Gavin Mez.
Catcher.
He led
number
things off
18,
with a
Gavin
single back in the 2nd inning. As the first pitch from Rivas misses outside.
Yeah, Mez just blooped one into right field in front of Glowacki, and it was enough to drop down.
As that one's grounded to first, and it gets by Ganus. Kind of just eats him up right there. He tried to body it up. Took a bad hop off his chest. And there'll be an error for Tyler Ganus to begin the 4th inning.
Yeah, Ganus tried to body that one up, and it ended up just going off the inside heel of his glove, and he's going to be upset with himself on that one because we have yet to see anything like that from Ganus this summer, as the conventional outfielder has become the starting first baseman because he's been so solid defensively.
As Rivas misses with the first pitch to Terence Simmons, who's making his summer debut and singled in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Simmons also singled the right field in his first at-bat and was stranded at first after Rivas sent the next 3 guys after Simmons down in order.
As that one's lined to left field for a hit. So just like the 2nd inning, here in the 4th, the Riptide start things off with a couple of base runners and nobody out.
And that one just out of the reach of a jumping effort from AJ Salgado, who was playing pretty close to the edge of the infield grass. Could have potentially made the play if he was a little deeper, but still would have been a tough play either way. And now Rivas has the same situation he had to start the 2nd here in the 4th.
This is where the error really hurts you. We'll see if they try to bunt, and Rosas shows and pulls back. Rosas was up in this situation back in the 2nd and struck out trying to swing away. So not surprised to see him get the bunt sign here in the same situation in the 4th.
Yeah, Rivas fooled Rosas on 3 straight off-speed pitches after falling behind 2-0 to him.
As Rosas shows again, this time he gets it down. Rivas will go to first. And that's a well-done sac bunt from Emilio Rosas, as the Riptide now have a couple runners in scoring position with just 1 away.
Valentine.
Yeah, and it looked like Rivas almost had the chance of getting Mez out at 3rd, but it would have been a tough play, as Rivas would have had to totally turn himself around there, and now Rivas has got to worry about 2 ducks out on the pond in scoring position with only 1 out.
And it looks like the Oaks are willing to give up the out for the run, with the infield playing back and Chase Valentine at the dish.
Nice first pitch slider there from Rivas for strike number 1.
If you're Rivas in this situation, you're trying to get a strikeout here, because a ball put in play most likely results in a run. And for Valentine, of course, trying to elevate something.
Yeah, Valentine still trying to get that bat going. It was the first pitch, fly ball out in his first at bat, and he's struggling offensively this summer.
And he finds himself behind the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Rivas. Perfect fine spot off the outer half of the plate. Misses 1-2. Surprised that with 2 strikes we didn't see the Oaks pull the infield in, but they're just showing that they trust the offense. As the 1-2 comes into Valentine, and he grounds it up the middle. That'll score a run. Nice play over there by Gavin Grant to record the out. But the Riptide pick up the first run of today's ball game, and they lead 1-0.
Now batting.
Yeah, and that run's going to be unearned for Alexander Rivas, as it's Mez who scores after the E1 from Ganus. And I know Ganus is going to be kicking himself over there with that one because, as I mentioned, he's not a guy who makes defensive mistakes like he did to start off this inning.
Yeah, and Ganus will for sure apologize to his pitcher in between innings. As that one's skied to right field, Glowacki's going back, and that's over his head for a double. Zach Thomas picks up his second double in as many and 3 plate appearances in CCL play, and the Riptide double their lead. They lead 2-0.
Now batting, left fielder, number 3, Santino Panero.
That'll be another unearned run for Alexander Rivas, as there should have been 3 outs in the inning already. So although 2 have come in this inning for the Riptide, neither of those runs will go towards the ERA of Rivas. The leadoff hitter, Santino Panero's up there, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it along the left side. It's going to go out of play.
Yeah, Rivas is trying to get out of here with only the 2-run deficit now, but I mean, for him, as I mentioned, it's tough to do what you do as a starting pitcher and hold solid when your offense isn't doing anything to help you out.
And also when your defense isn't helping you out, as Rivas should have been out of this inning pretty much 1-2-3. So as it's now 0-2 to Panero. Panero picked up a hit last inning. 1 for 2 on the day. His hot start to the summer continues. Rivas has him now in a 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. It's ripped to third, right out Salgado for out number 3. So Alexander Rivas is able to get out of it, as Tyler Ganus is already walking up to him to apologize and give him a little dap up. We head to the 5th inning with the Oaks trailing 2-0.
Josiah Chavez will step in now to start off.
Josiah Chavez.
The top of the 5th for the Oaks, who are looking to chase 2 now with only 2 hits in this ball game and hoping to make up for the defensive woes that allowed 2 runs to come across in the bottom of the 4th against Alexander Rivas.
Yeah, for the Oaks, other than the 3rd inning, they've gone down 1-2-3 in 3 of the first 4.
Chavez will chop that one away, and Chavez looking to get that back going, as he's played quite a bit, but under the Mendoza line through the 5 games he played in, and he drops further underneath after being 0 for 1 to start this 6th game in the CCL for him. So chop that one in the foul territory, and it will be a pop out over in foul territory to Emilio Rosas at third base.
Now batting for the Oaks, designated hitter, number 2, Jackson.
That at bat, Maloney really just carved up Chavez with 3 fastballs. Got him to foul off a couple that Chavez couldn't catch up to, and then that 0-2 one, Chavez got jammed and popped it up.
Nice off-speed pitch there from Maloney for strike number 1 to Lapiner. Lapiner, just like the rest of the bottom half of the order, are looking to get his bat hot and really get his offense started here this summer for the Oaks. As he's fooled by the changeup there from Maloney behind the count 0-2 now.
I mean, this is just great sequencing from Maloney. After 3 straight fastballs to Chavez, he drops in a breaker to Lapiner for the first pitch and then gets him to swing at a dipping changeup on the second. And now Jackson finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
As he chases one downstairs, drop third strike, and he'll go down on 3 straight strikes. Third one not a strike as he chased that one out of the zone, but 2 quick outs on 6 pitches to start this one for Maloney.
Catcher, number 9.
Yeah, Maloney, that was just a beautiful at-bat from a pitching perspective. He really just carved up Lapiner there, making him look silly.
Crandall steps in now. He swings and misses that one. Crandall plays his collegiate baseball relatively close here. He plays over at Orange Coast Community College, right down in Costa Mesa. He actually met the bus here today. 1-1 count to him, because obviously it's easier for him to drive here than to meet the team at Thousand Oaks. That one misses down, 2-1 count now to Crandall.
For Crandall, he's looking to try to build off his last at-bat, in which he had got his first hit of the CCL season. That double to right field was a great swing by him, so he's trying to get the feel and work off of it.
Crandall played in 20 games this past spring, so shoot that one to short. That'll be another 1-2-3 inning, as that play is barely made, as the throw there from the shortstop Valentine pulls Thomas off of first, but he's able to make the tag. The tag knocked the ball out, but he was able to secure it. So the Oaks go down in order. Alexander Rivas coming out for his 5th inning of work and hoping to keep it just a 2-run game with his offense not supplying him with any support. Wilson Galvan looks at strike 1 from Alexander Rivas to start off the bottom of the 5th. Rivas pitching in the 5th inning will be his longest outing once he records an out here in the 5th.
For Rivas, he allowed the 2 unearned runs in the 4th inning. It's been 4 pretty efficient outings.
That one skied down the left field line on a hook foul.
It's been 4 pretty efficient innings so far from Rivas. He's thrown just 53 pitches through 4. He's given up the 2 runs, but neither of them were earned. So 4 innings of no earned runs at 52 pitches for Alexander Rivas, with 3 strikeouts in there as well.
Kind of hard to tell on that one, but it's ruled a ball as Galvan was absolutely fooled by the curveball there from Alexander Rivas. May have been a slider, but knees buckled and lucky to not get rung up on strikes right there was Galvan. But he'll swing and miss and chase one there. That's a good job by Crandall to squeeze that one, so it's ruled not a drop third strike, just a clean strikeout for out number 1 to make it Rivas' longest outing of the summer, and it will be Rivas' 4th strikeout, but only his first since the 2nd inning where he had 2.
Yeah, he got squeezed a little bit on that breaking ball, so he's like, all right, I'll just do it on this pitch with the changeup. Excellent sequencing from Alexander Rivas.
That one put down the left side foul, well foul from Soto. Came off the bat at a decent exit velocity there. Soto 0 for 1 in his 2 plate appearances. This will take time as that ball trickled well foul. As Chavez threw that one back into the Riptide player. There's a slew of Little League kids out in left field, and they just booed Chavez for giving the ball back to the Riptide player. Beautiful pitch there. Rivas pulls the string and freezes Soto for strike number 2.
It's a good use of the breaking ball from Rivas after Soto fouled the first pitch that he was well early on.
That one shot back up the middle, and that is unfortunate there from Rivas as Soto just able to get to 1 in the bottom part of the plate and shoot it back up the middle for a 2-strike single. Bring designated hitter Blake Penzo to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 in his 2 plate appearances. He ended the 1st and ended the 3rd. Strikeout, ground out.
Yeah, there aren't many things that are more frustrating to a pitcher than giving up a hit on 0-2, especially one where you just leave something over the heart of the plate like that.
That one just misses away, and we heard a "oh" from somebody. Don't know if it was somebody in the Oaks dugout or somebody down in the stands.
It was a great spot from Rivas.
Rivas checks on Soto at first. Soto yet to steal a base this summer. 0 for 1 is he.
Sorry, Alexander Rivas, you're boring, according to the PA announcer here, for picking over to first.
That one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count now.
For Rivas, he's looking to get a ground ball, so don't be surprised to see him go to the breaking ball or the changeup here in this situation.
Runner goes. Crandall pick, fires. Got him. Ooh. He's ruled safe. Daudet looked out into the outfield there like, what the heck, man. It looked like a beautiful pick and throw from Crandall, but apparently the hand just getting in there for Dominic Soto, who will get his first stolen base of the summer.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be safe all the way there after that breaking ball in the dirt. That's such a tough throw from Crandall reaching across his body on the pitch in the dirt. That swipe tag from Daudet was so quick that they almost got Soto.
That one shot towards Daudet at second, and that gets through him. And that'll be another unearned run as Daudet tried to field that one. It took a hop and goes off the palm of Daudet through his 5-hole.
Now batting, the catcher, number 18.
That's just going to be frustrating for Rivas as 3 runs are on that board, and all 3 of them won't impact his ERA for the summer. And it's just got to be a frustrating one for Rivas as can't catch a break.
Yeah, that's really frustrating for Alexander Rivas. He's making the pitches that he needs to and getting the results that he wants, but unfortunately he's not really getting the help from his defense.
0-1 now to Mez.
We saw Daudet struggle a bit defensively back against the Coastal Dodgers in their non-league game, but he's been locked down since.
So we're going to see a pinch runner now for Blake Penzo. Don't know if this is just to get a quicker runner in or if there's something off with Penzo. But we're going to see a pinch runner, waiting to see who it is. And it looks like it's going to be Brandon Burkle, who we did see last time. That one shot to right field. Glowacki with the deke, and what a play, Tyler Glowacki. But again, it's going to be another error, as Glowacki could have gotten the force out there at second with the deke, and his cannon arm too much as he launched that one all the way over the head of Gavin Grant and into the hands of AJ Salgado.
Now batting.
Yeah, it's a good swing there for Mez to get himself a hit. Like Austin said, that was a great job from Glowacki to fool Burkle, the pinch runner. And had he made a good throw, he would have gotten the fielder's choice at second, but he didn't. And because of that, it'll be a hit for Gavin Mez.
TC Simmons steps in now. He ripped a single up the middle in his last plate appearance. My apologies, that was his first one, his single. Last one just kind of shot out into the outfield. So look at ball one now and see action now in the bullpen for the Oaks, with things just spiraling out of hand for Rivas, not in his own accord, but nothing he can really do about it. So that one shot, tailor-made double play, and not sure what just happened there. That one just bounces and goes over the head of Gavin Grant. I think the shadows got to him because there's a line of sun that kind of out there, but I'm not sure what happens. And that one's, unfortunately for Rivas, not going to be an earned run because Burkle, the run that scores there, read to be the error, but it shouldn't have even been another run, as that was a tailor-made inning-ending double play, and there's just a weird hop there that goes over the head of Gavin Grant. Now there's still 2 runners on base, and TC Simmons gets another hit because of it.
Yeah, it's about as lucky a hit as it comes. I mean, that's a pretty routine double play ball for Grant. And that's the second bad hop that we've seen this inning cost the Oaks on defense. And that's why you charge the baseball instead of waiting it come to you to try to avoid that nasty hop.
Wes De La Torre is warming the bullpen for the Oaks. Rivas bounces that one. Good job by Crandall to keep it in front.
And after the way this one started, this has to be much earlier than the Oaks were expecting to go to the bullpen. With the way Rivas came out just throwing strikes, and his defense was helping him out to start, you would have expected him to go deep into this ballgame, but things have spiraled.
That one shot back up the middle, and that one will get through for a hit. It will score potentially another run, and it will. And that run is going to be the 5th of the ball game, the 3rd of the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Chase Valentine.
And that one will technically be the first earned run that Rivas gives up, because it's Mez who scores on his single, and then he moved the second on the one that hopped up and got over the head of Gavin Grant on the single, and then obviously a single there from Rosas. So Scott Radinsky, the pitching coach, now comes out to talk to Rivas, try to just kind of calm him down. Obviously, 5 runs on the board, 9 hits. It's just not the way that you'd expect things to turn out for Rivas with the start he had, as Josh mentioned, and obviously only one of those runs are going to impact his ERA.
Yeah, it's just been an outing full of, actually not really an outing, a couple innings full of unfortunate bounces and tough breaks for Alexander Rivas, which has seen this game spiral out of control for the Oaks, and hopefully Rivas can just keep it at 5.
Valentine swings and misses at strike 1, and yeah, as Josh was saying, not the outing, it's a few innings. The first 3 3 hits, but Rivas just spat on those 3 hits and got 3 straight outs after surrendering them. And then it's the error by Ganus that allows 2 runs to score last inning, and now it's 2 errors that allow some runs to score as Valentine skies that one out to the shallow right field. Glowacki almost gets the double up there as he makes a nice running play out in right field, shallow right
Now
center. That is.
first baseman, number 31, Zach.
That was a good play on the run from Glowacki, and we also saw Gavin Grant attempt to deke the base runner by pretending to turn a double play and trying to get Simmons to maybe keep going. But Simmons was able to retreat to the bag in time.
Yeah, so an inning that goes from Rivas striking out the leadoff hitter to giving up a single, stolen base, then some errors. Salgado, he'll field that one and get out of it. So 3 more runs come across, pushing the lead to 5. It's going to be frustrating for Rivas, whose night will be over after this, most likely. Probably Westdale Tour coming in. We'll take you now top 6. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the live stream. We'll be back top 6.
Josh Hahn is the new pitcher now for the Riptide after 5 shutout innings from Matt Maloney, in which he struck out 6 and walked 0.
Now batting for the Oaks.
Hahn's making his summer debut
12,
from UCLA.
Glowacki.
What can you tell us about Hahn, Austin?
Yeah, Hahn wanted to see if Glowacki got hit there. Hahn limited action this past spring for the Bruins. 9 appearances, only 1 start. And in only 6 innings, he was able to pitch in those 9 outings, as it was a rough one for him. ERA of 12, whip 2.33. So looking to hopefully have a better summer than his spring.
Well, this will be his first outing of the summer, as UCLA did make an NCAA regional, which ended just a couple of weeks ago. And he has a favorable lefty-lefty matchup with Glowacki to start. A couple of lefties to begin the 6th inning for the Oaks, as Glowacki watches that one miss outside. Tyler struck out on 3 pitches in his first at-bat back in the 3rd inning, and he's been active out there in right field. As that one misses upstairs.
Good at-bat here from Glowacki.
The Oaks trail on this one 5-0 here in the 6th inning. After a couple of errors helped the Riptide plate 5 2 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th. Just 1 earned run for Rivas in those 5.
Yeah.
As Glowacki fouls it off.
Rivas 5 innings pitched, presuming he's done. 4 strikeouts, only 1 walk, 9 hits, and as Josh mentioned, 1 earned run on 5 total that came across.
Here's the payoff pitch to Glowacki. Got him. And Glowacki thought that it was only 2 strikes. He turned around to ask the umpire, but telling him it was strike 3, or maybe he's actually arguing about the transfer. It looks like they're going to, head coach Dave Solis is out there talking to the home plate umpire, discuss if that ball hit the dirt before the catcher caught it. Should be a foul tip, and Glowacki should stay up there. But it looks like it'll be strike 3.
Now batting for the Oaks, center fielder, number 4.
Yeah, Glowacki just trying to find some sort of break to try and break this tough start for his offense, and he just can't catch a break.
That brings up Austin Carillo. Carillo grounded out back to the pitcher in the 1st inning. He also got a hit back in the 3rd, so he's 1 for 2 on the day as he pulls back on that bunt attempt.
Yeah, Carillo looking to try and get something started here.
This is the guy you want up there if you want to start something, as Carrillo's done a really great job of getting on base for the Oaks this summer. He's now ahead in the count, 2-0. Carrillo with the most at-bats on the team, and he's still got an on-base percentage of nearly 500 as he fouls that one along the left side. It'll drop in foul territory. As the sun continues to set, it looks like the shadows are beginning to creep away, which should make things easier on the hitters.
Yeah, Carillo, like Josh mentioned, the on-base percentage really great. Able to reach base in every single game except 2 of the total 8 he's played in, including that game against the Coastal Dodgers.
As Carillo takes a 2-1 breaking ball in there for a strike.
He, like many of the starters from the game on Friday in Santa Barbara, my apologies, Saturday in Santa Barbara, not able to reach base. So he went 0 for 3.
And he takes a 2-2 pitch down. Gets the count full 3-2. Well, on Saturday in Santa Barbara, really nobody reached base as the Oaks were held without a base runner through the first 6 innings before Tyler Ganus broke up the perfect game with a single in the 7th.
Yeah, Ganus happy to get that one for a birthday base knock. And
as Carillo rips that one to the gap in right center, that's going to drop for a single. He takes a hard turnaround first, but he'll retreat back to the bag. Second hit of the day for Austin Carillo.
And a great at bat there, stayed disciplined, didn't chase anything out of the zone, and he finds the gap out there in the right center field. And going back to that Foresters game, Ganus, who's up now, as Josh mentioned, broke up the perfect game, and then there's really no offense until the 9th inning where they just brought in this slew of pinch hitters, and there was some walks. Salgado got walked, Durfee got hit by a pitch, and that was the one run that eventually came around the score for the Oaks to keep them from getting shut out.
Now Ganus is up there in a 5-0 game with Carillo on first, just trying to move the line, and he takes a first pitch in the dirt. Ganus is 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right field on a diving catch out there by Galvin, and he also popped out on the infield. That Carillo single broke up the streak of 8 straight hitters retired by Riptide pitching.
Yeah, and speaking of getting on base, this guy does it better than the rest. He's 4 straight games that he's gotten on base successfully, playing in all of them except the one since he's joined the Oaks last Tuesday.
And now he finds himself ahead in the count, 3-1. 3-0, I should say. Gavin Grant is waiting on deck. His fellow Oregon Duck. To Ganus, misses upstairs. Back-to-back base runners.
Just make it 5 games that he's played in 5 games. He's got on base.
Shortstop.
Yeah, he's an on-base machine, is Tyler Ganus. As Gavin Grant's up there now, looking to chip into this lead with a couple of guys on base and just 1 out. Grant flew out to right back in the first inning, and then he also led off the 4th inning with the flyout.
Yeah, the unconventional start here for a lefty. He gives up a single to the lefty and then walks a righty on 4 pitches.
And that one misses downstairs. 5 straight balls here for Josh Hahn. That one misses up as well. And it looks like the Riptide got action down in that bullpen already. And coaching staff's telling him to speed it up as Hahn's having trouble locating here, giving up the single to Carillo, following it up with 6 straight balls. The 4-pitch walk to Ganus, and now a 2-0 hold to Grant. And that one catches the knees.
Good lead there by Grant. Definitely not his pitch.
No, definitely not the pitch you want after a pitcher has thrown 6 straight balls. Grant's looking to get his bat going. And now even the count at 2-2. Back-to-back good bounce-back pitches from Hahn to get 2 strikes on Grant. As that one misses just inside, maybe down as well. Grant runs the count full.
That was an interesting one. I don't know if it was Grant kind of just momentum going forward there as he kind of ducked out of the way of that one, or if he thought he might have been rung up on strikes there as he started going towards the dugout for a second.
AJ Salgado waits on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grant fouls it back.
And Carillo was on the move there, not Ganus, so I don't know if that was a sign given to just Carillo or if that was Carillo just being aggressive, 3-2 count.
Well, yeah, it would have been the sign given to either both of them or just Carillo going on his own. So not sure if Ganus missed that 3-2 steal or if Carillo just wanted to swipe third. Here comes another payoff. And that one misses. Grant kind of hesitated for a second, but that one will be below the knees. The Oaks have the bases loaded with their best hitter at the plate in AJ Salgado. And that's going to cause the Riptide pitching coach to go out there to the mound and have a conversation with Hahn after the single and now back-to-back walks.
Yeah, and you have to imagine that the Riptide would probably prefer to leave Hahn in here for the lefty-lefty matchup and then probably call it a night for Hahn with the righty Daudet due up. But as we've mentioned before, the way that the Oaks coaching staff led by David Solis designs this lineup is they make it tough for pitchers to match up as you go a lefty with Carillo, righty with Ganus, and a righty with Grant, and a lefty with Salgado, a righty with Daudet, a lefty with Chavez, a lefty with Lapiner, a righty with Crandall, and then a lefty with Glowacki 1 through 9. So there's never a time where you're going to get 3 of the same bats in a row, so it makes it tough to match up with pitchers.
Yeah, now it's a tough lefty-lefty matchup for AJ Salgado, who's 0 for 2 on the day so far. He takes the first pitch breaking ball. It doesn't come back into the zone for a ball.
Had two very close pitches back to back there. The walk to a Grant and that first pitch, off-speed pitch to Salgado. Both just missed the zone.
Salgado fouls that one away. Salgado is trying to keep his 7-game on base streak alive. Haven't reached in each and every game that he's played in so far this summer, but he's 0 for 2 so far today.
Yeah, Salgado just tardy on that fastball there. 1-1 now to him, but as Josh mentioned, looking to get on base again for the first time tonight.
The 1-1 is Salgado, misses upstairs. 2-1 now. Another dangerous bat waits on deck in Zach Daudet.
And for Hahn, you know, a walk's not the end of the world because it only brings in one. Rather a walk than a crushed baseball.
It's a great spot right there on the outside corner to get the count at 2-2. Salgado looking to drive something here. Of course, you take a sacrifice fly, but trailing by 5 with your cleanup hitter up, you're going to want more if you're the Oaks, as Salgado stays alive.
Yeah, Salgado will continue to battle. He does not like to strike out, and obviously does not like to give up on opportunities as he leads this team in RBIs so far this summer with 5.
And that might be one that he wants back. That looked like a hanger that he could have ripped. As that fastball misses just down. It'll be another 3-2 pitch, this time with the bases loaded.
I always love that from batters when you see them just follow the ball all the way down to the bottom of the zone as they squat with it to be like, yeah, that one's down for sure. Great discipline there from Salgado.
Here comes the payoff pitch. And Salgado hits to left field. That's going to drop for a single. That'll score Carillo. Here comes Ganus, and he's in there. A 2 RBI single from AJ Salgado, and the Oaks are on the board.
Yeah, and beautiful, beautiful job base running there from Tyler Ganus as he got a beautiful jump as he knew from his angle that one was going to drop. We could tell from our angle because we have a good one here from the angle we have looking down the third base line, but Ganus just right away took off and he's in there and fired up as now it's a 5-2 ball game and we'll see the end of the night now for Hahn.
Yeah, rough outing for Hahn. And for Ganus, like you talked about, getting that read is huge. And that's also why you look to see where your outfielders are before the pitch, so that way you can get that great read. As Hahn's night is done, and that's going to bring in a right-hander, Carson Case, from the University of Nevada, Reno.
You know this guy?
I actually do not. He only appeared in 2 games and didn't get an out in either one. So not very familiar with Carson Case, even though I did go to school with him. And we'll bring you the rest of this 6th inning after this quick break.
No. Oaks.
Carson Case
Second baseman,
is the new
number 25,
pitcher now
Zach
for the
Daudet.
Riptide, as Zach Daudet is up there representing the tying run for the Oaks as they trail 5-2 with first and second and one out. That one's popped up on the right side. It's going to get out of play.
And Daudet just missed that one, and he knew it.
So for Josh Hahn, he came in and struck out the first batter he faced in Glowacki. Since then, it was a single to Carillo, back-to-back walks to Ganus and Grant, and then a 2 RBI knock by A.J. Salgado, which knocked Hahn out of the game and brought in Carson Case. Daudet takes a ball.
Good leave there from Daudet. A lot of people thought it was a strike, but good leave there from Daudet to look at ball one.
Daudet's looking to pick up his first hit of the night. 0 for 2 today. The strikeout as well. Case is having a good start to the summer, allowing just 1 run in 3 innings of action. And he falls behind 2-1 to Daudet.
And Daudet this summer, 357 through 5 games up to this point. Looking for his first base knock of the game.
Yeah, like a lot of the guys on this Oaks roster, Daudet's had a nice start to the summer offensively. And he's gotten himself everyday playing time because of it.
Daudet definitely like to make up for his error by giving the Oaks a chance of coming back into this ball game here.
Yeah, the error that Austin is talking about by Daudet allowed a couple of base runners to come in to score for the Riptide. So Daudet is trying to pick himself up as he walks here to load the bases for Josiah Chavez.
Now batting for the Oaks. Left
Some
fielder,
really good
number
plate
14,
appearances here this inning from the
Chavez.
Oaks. Not a single batter seeing anything less than 4 pitches. And the only at bat less than 5 was the 4-pitch walk to Ganus.
It's crazy how much distance and an angle can change your view of the plate, because to me, from up here, that ball looked like it was down hard of the plate.
Yeah, so did the 1-0 pitch. It looked right down the middle as well. As this one to Chavez misses way upside.
Just makes me wonder, how do parents complain about balls and strikes to me when they're not behind home plate?
Well, at big league ball games, we got somewhere between 3,000 if you're at an A's game or 50,000 at a Dodger game, umpires in the stands. As Chavez fouls that one back.
And there's already another arm up in the Riptide bullpen.
Yeah, I was surprised to see them pull Matt Maloney from this game after 5 dominant innings. And since he came out here in the 6th, Riptide pitching has had some trouble. That one's grounded to second for that'll be a 4-6, and that's thrown away. Pulling the first baseman off the bag, and the Oaks pick up another run. They trail 5-3 now.
Designated hitter, number 2.
Yeah,
Jackson.
a break there
Lapiner.
for Chavez as he rolls into a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play to end it, but sailing it away surprisingly now is Valentine, who we've seen throw a couple baseballs away now, and first baseman unable to recover on that one, and we're going to see a pinch runner now for Chavez. This Jacob Sharp will check in now.
An interesting decision to go with a pinch runner this early in the ball game. We'll see if Sharp stays out there on defense or if it's going to be a total substitution. And Jackson Lapiner is now up there with runners in the corners and 2 outs. He's struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances, looking to turn things around here. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off.
Colin Heineck is going to pinch hit for Zach Crandall if he gets up here as he awaits on deck.
As Case misses upstairs once again. Lapiner trying to pick up his third CCL RBI as he takes that one down. 2-1 now for Jackson. It was a recent commitment for him. Actually, we haven't seen him in the starting lineup since we saw Lapiner commit to Cal State Fullerton beginning in the fall, so congratulations to him after transferring from LA Valley College. As he fouls that one away, 2-2 now.
Yeah, and if he's able to put one into the gap, he'll be able to probably drive in his future Cal State Fullerton teammate, Jacob Sharp, from first.
Here's a 2-2 to Lapiner. Runs it full. So Shard will be on the move, and now a gapper will for sure score him. Lapiner looking to find one he likes on this 3-2 pitch from Carson Case. Rip to first, foul. We'll do it again. As Shart was already around in second base, he'll have to go all the way back. And Lapiner fouls another one off. Good fight to stay alive here from Jackson. As Shart's probably starting to get a little tired over there at first base, continuing to go back and forth. For the third time, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away again.
Lapiner just continues the battle here.
That's already 3 straight foul balls that we've seen since the count went to 3-2. 8 pitches in the plate appearance so far from Lapiner. Here comes the 9th. Swung on and missed. Carson Case is able to sit down Lapiner for his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. But the Oaks are able to pick up 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Riptide leading 5-3. As we expected, Alexander Rivas' day is done after 5 innings. And Wes Delator will enter and pitch the 6th for the Oaks, who trail 5-3 here in this one. As Santino Pinero squares to bunt and misses that.
Yeah, and there's also some defensive realignments as well here, as Colin Heineck is coming in the game, but it's not for Zach Crandall. He's going to go in the game at first base, but not for Tyler Ganus, because Tyler Ganus is now in left field. So it's Heineck who comes in for Shart, technically.
Yeah, Shart who pinch ran, as that one's blooped to left for a hit. It's a hard turn from Pinero, who retreats back to the bag. His second hit of the ballgame.
Now batting, right fielder, number 15, Wilson Galbar.
With that leadoff hit from Pinero, that's now 6 innings in which the Oaks have yet to retire the Riptide 1-2-3. And now Wilson Galvin is at the dish for the Riptide. Feels like he's just about the only guy that hasn't been on base for them, as he shows bunt, pulls back on the ball. And it actually looks like Galvin and Chase Valentine are the only 2 players to not reach base for the Riptide today. Delator's pitching in his 5th outing this summer. The most for any Oaks pitcher, as Crandall's going out to talk to him.
Probably just make sure they're on the same page for signs and everything. And I mean, Crandall's caught quite a bit already this summer, but we don't know if this is the first combination of these 2 this summer. As we mentioned, we've seen Crandall, Heineck, Durfee, Sulak, and Whittle all behind the plate this summer for the Oaks. And just as a stroke of luck, De La Torre could have potentially never pitched to Crandall so far this summer.
As that one's pushed past De La Torre, Heineck slips. And Galvin reaches base now. That's a tough play there from Colin Heineck. He probably would have gotten Galvin if he stayed on his feet, but it'll be too close to call, and we'll go ahead and give Galvin an infield single there.
Yeah, that's what they're going to rule it. It's a tough break for Heineck, and I was watching Heineck today during BP as he was taking some ground balls at first, and they're having him field some choppers and throw to second, and he was the only one who did not throw a baseball away the whole entire time, so I know that one's going to be frustrating for him.
As Dom Soto's at the plate, he's reached base in 2 of his 3 plate appearances today. Picking up a knock, also coming around to score a run. It's now 3 innings in a row. We see first and second, nobody out for the Riptide. They were able to capitalize in the 4th after a leadoff error by Ganus and then a single. Both runners came around to score. Then in the 5th inning, they had first and second as well, with both runners coming to score. They got first and second, no one out in the 6th, as De La Torre falls behind 3-0. And it actually looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter up there for Dom Soto. It's Gavin Hamovich from Oak Park, California. And he gets a 3-0 green light and swings through it.
And I think for Heimovitz, it's going to be his first at-bat of the summer, as I don't see – oh, hold on. I'm looking at pitching stats, so that's probably why I don't see him. So let me pull up hitting stats. That might be helpful. Yeah, so he's played plenty already this summer. This is his 6th game, but he's still looking for his first hit in CCL action.
And he grounds that one to second. Daudet gets the hop to Grant to first. Not in time. It'll be a fielder's choice in the pinch hit at bat for Hamovitz. And the Riptide have a runner on the corners now with 1 away.
Nathan Manning.
Another pinch hitter here now.
It's going to be Nathan Manning pinch hitting for the Riptide. We already saw Brandon Burkle pinch run for Blake Penso in this one, so it doesn't look like Burkle will remain in this ballgame, as that one gets by Crandall, and another run will come in for the Riptide. They lead 6-3 now. I mean, Crandall didn't really even attempt to block that one, as he just tried to pick it, and it bounced right off his chest protector and allowed Pinero to come in to score. It also takes away the potential double play ball for the Oaks. That one's fouled away.
I was so confused by that sound for a second, but it's just another one of their weird sounds. Manning 1 for 10 in Seasdale play, 5 games so far this summer.
So the bench backs for the Riptide that are getting these pinch hit plate appearances are all looking to get hot, as that's a great block there from Crandall to keep it in front. That's exactly what you wanted on that pitch in the dirt with first and third, where Crandall let it go off his chest protector and bounce away. He didn't really attempt to block that one, but this time he smothers the baseball, the textbook block.
They did it last year. Yep. TC's
That's a swing and a miss there from Manning. Del Toro gets the count back even at 2-2.
And a nice job by De La Torre to bounce back with that pitch after spiking one on the previous pitch.
The 2-2 to Manning as De La Torre goes inside and looks Heimovitz back to second. This time he'll come home, and that one nearly breaks back into the zone, but misses upstairs. Count goes full 3-2. And waiting on deck for the Riptide is Gavin Mez, who's reached base in each of his 3 plate appearances. Couple hits and reached on an error as well. Also scored twice as that one gets by Crandall again. That'll allow Heimowitz to go to third. And it'll be first and third once again for the Riptide.
Now batting, catcher, number 18, Gavin Mez.
So now Gavin Mez is up there with runners at the corners and just one away. Mez is 2 for 3 on the day, a couple of runs scored. Looking to drive in a run now. And there goes Manning on the first pitch. And Crandall will just pump fake and hold it. That pitch missed upstairs too. 1-0 now to Mez, as the Oaks will now bring the infield in with second and third and one away, trailing 6-3 here. That one's grounded to first, and Heineck bobbles it, gets by him. Would have been a close play at the plate. It'll be another error for the Oaks as they trail 7-3 now.
Now batting, center fielder,
Yeah,
number
and
26,
it's unfortunate for the Oaks because it just seems like there's like a curse playing first base defensively this summer. We've seen Carliner, when he's played, struggle there defensively. Crandall, when he played, struggled there defensively. Ganus with the error tonight. Obviously, he hadn't struggled up to this point, but he had the error tonight. And now Heineck, 2 booted baseballs. So I'm sure there's going to be a discussion and an effort from the coaching staff to try and figure out who's going to be the permanent first baseman for a long remaining stretch for the Oaks.
As Terence Simmons is at the dish, takes a strike on the outer half from Delator. After the Oaks trailed in this one 5-0, they chipped into the lead and made it 5-3. But a couple of runs have now come in for the Riptide to extend the lead once again, back out to 4 runs at 7-3. We were cruising along here in this one through 4.5 innings. Both starting pitchers were about as efficient as you can be. But since we've gone to the bullpen, since the bottom of the 5th, really, we've seen a long game as another one gets by Crandall for a run. Riptide lead 8-3. It's got to be a frustrating inning behind the plate from Crandall. There's been a lot of pitches spiked on the dirt, and unfortunately for him, he just hasn't been able to block them all. As a catcher, it's got to be pretty frustrating to have pitches over and over again bounce in the dirt. As Delator fires a strike in there. 2-2 now to Simmons. Simmons is 3 for 3 today with 3 singles. Scored a run as well. Delator is trying to sit him down for the first time, as that one gets by Crandall as well. Advancing to third is Mez, and running the count full is Simmons.
Oaks just can't catch a break.
Still just 1 away here in the 6th inning. That's strike 3. Delator gets Simmons swinging. And that's going to bring up
Now batting,
Emilio
third baseman,
Rosas.
number 4, Emilio Rosas.
It looks like it's going to be the end of the night for West Delator, as it was always going to come out to talk to him, but not entirely sure because, I mean, I hadn't looked over to the bullpen the whole time.
There was nobody throwing.
I don't think there's anybody throwing, so just a rare coach mound visit, head coach mound visit that is Scott Radinsky. The pitching coach doesn't make the trip out there, and still nobody warming up in the bullpen so far, as it's like we may see Lucian Wetchberg warming up now as he has his glove. And yeah, he's going to go into the bullpen now. Very weird configuration here at the bullpen. The guys are stored behind the mound, but they have to come out of the storage spot, wrap all the way around, and come to the home plate side of the bullpen and then walk to their mound to be able to warm up.
Yeah, it's a really weird configuration over there. It's also a narrow bullpen, as there's only 1 mound as well, so can't get any double barrel action down there.
Got so much grass over there, too, to expand the bullpen.
Well, we aren't architects.
I almost was. That's what I wanted to do when I was younger.
I think you made the right choice, as Delator gets Rosas to swing and miss. 1-1 now.
Well, yeah, because if I would have decided to be an architect, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be doing some physics somewhere.
Yeah, physics doesn't sound as fun as baseball to me.
Yeah, it's not. There is physics in baseball, though.
Baseball's all physics. As Delator,
See?
it's the breaking ball on there for a strike.
Speaking of physics, someone give me the breakdown of the break on that curveball right there from Delator.
Yeah, I mean, Some of these pitches that we see from major league pitchers defy physics. Some of these 102-mile-per-hour sinkers with arm side run, the frisbee sliders. Here's the 1-2 from Delatorre. Spiked, and that's an excellent stop back there from Crandall. Don't know how he did that.
And that one was another weird physics situation as Crandall sliding what seemed like all the way to the outside part of the left-handed batter's box. He blocks that one, and the ball ends up on the left side of the right-handed batter's box.
But yeah, with the breaking ball, those breaking balls in the dirt because of the spin, Crandall was able to get around that one and block it and push the ball to his left. Here's the 2-2 to Rosas. Got him swinging. Delatorre is able to strike out Rosas, but not before the Riptide pick up a few, I should say, and they lead 8-3 heading to the 7th.
Welcome you back now. Top 7, Josh Haley will be the new pitcher for the Riptide out of Long Beach State. He's only pitched once so far this summer in the CCL, and it was a fairly clean one inning as he didn't allow a run. He did have a walk, but he had a strikeout in there, so he's looking to continue off the good outing he had and hopefully have a better inning than 2 pitchers before him, Hahn and Case, had coming in for Maloney. And Crandall will be the first batter that he faces. Crandall with his 3rd at-bat of the day. He started his day off with a double over the right fielder's head, and he was stranded at 3rd. And then he grounded out to short to end the 5th. And Crandall steps in now. So look at ball 1 away.
Yeah, for Haley, he's coming off a year at Long Beach State in which he pitched in 17 games out of the bullpen and had a 2.36 ERA.
That one's in there for strike 1 to Crandall. 1-1 count now.
Haley had an ERA of 2.36 and a whip of just 1.01.
Crandall hits that one off the edge of the bat, and that one luckily rolls foul for him. Yeah, so a solid spring for Haley at Long Beach.
Yeah, it's the 3rd college that he's pitching at. He started at the University of Arizona, then transferred to Santa Ana College, where he was the pitcher of the year in 2020, well, before ending up at Long Beach State.
2-2 now. That one misses, and it gets past the catcher, Gavin Mez, and got a piece of the umpire. I don't think he's very happy about it as he's shaking his head back there.
Well, hopefully he'll punish the catcher and give Crandall a call here on this 3-2 pitch.
Crandall shoots that one. A nice backhanded play over there by the shortstop. Chase Valentine as he makes another nice play to retire Crandall for out number 1, which will bring Tyler Glowacki to the plate.
Now batting for the Oaks.
Chase Valentine's
Right
very
fielder,
clean
number
out there at
12,
shortstop.
Tyler
I've
Glowacki.
enjoyed watching him play out there in these 2 games that we've played them, turning a couple web gems, and makes the routine plays look routine.
That one bounces to Glowacki. Glowacki 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. That one misses up 2-0 now to him. That one's in there for strike 1 as Glowacki. And just look at it. It's obviously the Oaks are doing anything they can to get base runners, so Glowacki will take a walk if he can. That one just misses away. 3-1 the count now. Glowacki yet to move a muscle this at bat.
And not sure how much he'll move on this 3-1 pitch unless it's perfect.
He'll be jammed in there, roll over it to second. There's another ground out for out number 2.
Yeah, it's surprising to see Glowacki swing in that situation on a 3-1 pitch with his team trailing by 5 here in the 7th. It had to be a perfect pitch to hit, and according to him it was, but got in on his hands as he rolled it to second.
Austin Carillo steps in now for his 4th at bat. He singled in the last 2, came around to score with the other couple runs last inning, and he'll drive that one out to left field as the first pitch fly out. So the Oaks go down 1-2-3 again. We take you to bottom 7. The Oaks still trail by 5.
No hits. And
Welcome you back now, bottom 7. Lucian Wetchberg, as expected, has come in now on the mound for the Oaks, and a couple other changes as Cody Sulak will now come in the game defensively at catcher for Zach Crandall, as Crandall's night will be over, and will actually be the only other change as it remains the infield of Heineck, Daudet, Grant, Salgado, and the outfield of Ganus, Carillo, Glowacki. And we'll see if Wetchberg can have a clean outing here as they'll try and keep it just a 5-run deficit.
For Wetchberg, he's pitched in 1 game this summer. He allowed a run, but it was unearned. He also walked a couple batters, but struck out a couple as well. So he's got the swing and miss stuff. He just has to control it.
Chase Valentine steps in now. The defensive wizard tries to get his bat that's been struggling going as he's 0 for 3 today with an RBI. He'll foul that one away. It was just tipped, but Sulak wasn't able to hold on to it, so it'll go down as a foul ball.
For Valentine, just 1 for 13 on the season, so he's struggling mightily, but he continues to find himself in that lineup because of his stellar defense.
Wetchberg delivers and bounces that one for ball 1. Wetchberg coming off his second year at Oxnard College. Primarily a starter, as he started 5 of the 6 games he appeared in, pitched 23 in the 3rd innings. ERA just north of 3, averaged just over 9.5 strikeouts per 9 too. That one just misses away for ball 2. 2-1 count now to Valentine.
For the Oaks, I'm sure that they're hoping Westberg can just finish this one off for them, pitch the 7th and the 8th. And then we'll see if they need to pitch the 9th.
Healthy hack from Valentine there as he's well tardy on the fastball from Wetchberg. 2-2 count now.
With 8-9-1 starting it off, if you're Westberg, got to get this guy right here, especially with a hitter like Chase Valentine who's been struggling.
And he gets him as it's a check swing towards sword chop there from Chase Valentine as he'll go down on strikes for out number 1. It'll bring Zach Thomas, the first baseman, to the plate. He's my apologies, 1 for 3. He had an RBI double in the 4th. Struck out in the 2nd, grounded out to end the 5th. Ball 1 to Thomas.
We mentioned earlier on the broadcast that Thomas is a two-way guy, meaning that he pitches and hits. And the king of the two-ways, Shohei Ohtani, just hit a 111-mile-per-hour home run, probably 10 minutes ago. So Thomas is trying to follow in the footsteps of his two-way idol.
That one bounces down. Wetchberg delivers to 2-0. That one misses for ball 3. A 4-pitch walk to Thomas from Wetchberg.
Yeah, not very many competitive pitches in that at-bat from Westberg, and he'll now have to deal with the top of this lineup.
Number 25,
Seems
Spencer
Nick
Servant.
Rinkover, who goes to school right down the street at UC Irvine, may be the next guy who comes in for the Oaks. Saw him toss around the football a few minutes ago, and now he's out in the bullpen stretching out with the bands.
It looks like it won't be the top of the lineup, as Spencer Servant will be the pinch hitter.
That one misses for a ball, so 5 straight balls now from Wetchberg.
For Servant, he's appeared in 4 games, but only 5 at-bats. Just 1 start on the season, 1 for 5 in those 5 at-bats. From Texas Rio Grande Valley College.
The check swing fouled away there. 1-1 count now.
I'm surprised to see them pull Santino Pinero in a 5-run ball game. It's not like it's an 8-run or a 10-run lead. But the Riptide are going to their bench and taking out their leadoff hitter.
Wetchberg checks over at first on Thomas. Runner goes. Sulak fires. Daudet unable to make a clean dig over there, so will be a stolen base for Thomas. Won't know if he would have been out, as throws seem to be there as almost maybe seconds, if not at the same time as Thomas, so he'll get the stolen base on Wetchberg and Sulak.
Yeah, I think he would have beat it, even if it was a perfect throw.
2-1 delivery from Wetchberg. That one's fouled. And I remember a story one time from Gary Sanchez about how he would get mad when the home plate umpire would throw the baseballs to the pitcher, and Sulak just turned around to get that ball from the umpire, and he just beamed it right at Wetchberg. So it seems that umpire is one of those guys who doesn't want to give the ball to the catcher and wants to show off his own arm. That one goes high and goes off the top of Sulak's glove, allowing Thomas to move to third. And what it's probably a wild pitch, since Wetchberg kind of skied that one.
Yeah, that'll go down as a wild pitch for sure. Although it did hit off of Sulak's glove, it only hit off of his glove because he had to nearly jump for it.
Wetchberg delivers. That one's driven deep to right center field. Glowacki will settle under it. It'll be a sac fly RBI for Spencer Servin.
It's a good piece of hitting there from Servin. And a 3-2 count, knowing he's a runner on third, less than 2 outs, and just get something up and elevating it. And that time he drives it to right center field. It's way more than deep enough for a sacrifice fly.
So Wilson Galvan will step in now for a 5th time tonight. He's 1 for 4, grounded out, popped out, struck out, and then singled.
We also saw him make a really nice diving catch shot there in right field back in the 1st inning.
I'll look at strike one on the fastball from Wetchberg. Galvan early on that one, looked like it was a changeup. 0-2 now. Wetchberg delivers the 0-2. He pulls the string and just misses high. Looked like he might have lost his footing there a little bit at the end as he kind of looked down at the mound as he came to the finish on his delivery.
Yeah, and that's a strike call that you want in a 9-3 ball game, but Wetchberg knows he has to be better. On an 0-2 breaking ball, you can't leave it up like that.
That one's popped to the right side. That one may have reached the sidewalk over there. Sound of X says it broke a car windshield, but I don't even know if it reached the concrete past the fence. So count remains 1-2 as Wetchberg tries to get out of here with just 1 run surrendered.
Yeah, I don't think that ball reached the parking lot, as we see kids mulling around over there trying to get the ball, and Nick Rinkover talking to them.
That one fouled away, and that was a long time for Wetchberg and Sulak to get the pitch call, as Wetchberg, when he pitches out the windup, he keeps his glove straight in front of him as he waits for the sign. His His glove hand might have gotten tired there as for how long he was waiting to figure out what pitch he was going to throw at Sulak. He bounces that one. That one eats up Sulak. 2-2 count now to Gavin.
It's surprising that with nobody on base, we see Sulak going to signs on the body as opposed to just number signs, which of course takes up more time for Westberg to get his sign.
2-2. Westberg delivers. That one grounded on the third baseline, foul, and Salgado would have made the play there 100%. What a beautiful play that was by him. He got over that one.
Yeah, surprised. We are looking directly at the third baseline, and I was watching that ball, looking like it was going to shoot past Salgado, and surprised to see him cut it off. First, I was like, oh, hopefully that's a foul ball. And then after I saw Salgado cut it off, I wish it was fair.
Would have been a tough throw because it was over 100 feet, but Westberg gets the chopper up the middle. Daudet charges, fields it, fires. So that one's got to feel good for Daudet, who's had his defensive struggles today as he makes a nice play to get out of it. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Oaks chasing 6.
Daniel Naughton is on relief for the Riptide here to begin the 8th inning. The 5th pitcher that they've used today. Surprising to see them use more than the Oaks as they lead 9-3. That one misses outside to Ganus. Tyler Ganus leads things off here for the Oaks in the top of the 8th inning. As we welcome Sammy into the booth with us, as Austin has to step away for a second. Welcome, Sammy.
Thank you, Josh.
1-1 now the count to Tyler Ganus. And that one catches the bottom of the zone. Surprised to see it called a strike. 1-2 now.
Yeah, it looked like the catcher had to reach for that one. Don't really like to see that, especially if you're a hitter. You really don't like to see that when the catcher is reaching for a ball and it still gets called strike.
We saw Naughton last week pitching against the Oaks, in which he threw 1 1/3 scoreless innings with a strikeout and a couple of hits given up. He's thrown 2 1/3 innings over 2 outings without allowing a run thus far. As Ganus chops that one along the first base line. That's touched. That's going to be a fair ball. And that'll be an infield single for Tyler Ganus to begin things off here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, little chopper up the first base line. Pitcher clearly touches the ball, and then after he touches it, kind of throws his hands up in the air like after it went foul and said, "Oh no, it's foul, it's foul, it's foul." No, bro, we saw that. Everybody saw that.
Yeah, it's like being caught on a security camera. No, I didn't rob the store. We just watched you rob it on the camera, man. That one just had a tough spin on it. It's a hard ball to pick up for Naughton as it was off the end of the bat from Ganus. Grant fouls that one back right over our heads. Might have nailed the team bus. Probably just missed it as I saw an intern react like, ah.
Close enough. Too close for comfort there.
Grant's 0 for 2 today with the walk and a run scored. A couple of flyouts for him. He's looking to keep things going here after Ganus led things off with the hit. 0-2 now to Grant.
Yeah, with 6 outs to work with for the Oaks, you really just want to see, guys not give up, stay in there, try to get a couple knocks, get some confidence going, build it up for next game.
That 0-2 pitch misses just outside from Naughton. That's exactly where you want that fastball, that fine spot as they call it. Just 2 or 3 inches off the outside of the plate. Maybe get a chase, maybe get a call from the umpire, but it's a great spot.
Oh.
Keeps going over to first base, and then this time, first baseman Zach Thomas is unable to keep his footing.
Yeah, kind of tripped over Ganus there.
Yeah, it looks like he fell over Ganus. And it also looks like it'll be Lucian Westberg again in the 8th as there's no action down in the Oaks bullpen. It's a great block behind the plate there from Mez.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Dave's going to ask Lucian go out there another inning, get some more work in. Really don't want to have to burn another arm in a 6-run ball game, especially when you're so limited on arms already.
Yeah, and they got 5 games in 6 days beginning today, so it's a long stretch for the Oaks. As Grant chops that one to short, Valentine gets around it. He's going to throw across the diamond, and that's not handled at first base from Thomas. We'll see what that is officially ruled as. Grant made the play at first much closer than I was expecting it to be, but that should go down as an error on the first baseman, Sammy, or you think it'll be on Valentine?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to rule, man. It's ball thrown in the dirt, so I would lean towards shortstop, but it's definitely a tough dig for the first baseman. All
right, so we'll go ahead and give Valentine an E6 as AJ Salgado steps in. We saw Salgado pick up a 2 RBI single back in the 6th inning to give the Oaks their first 2 runs. He's now reached base in all 8 games he's appeared in. As he takes a strike on the outer half, counts even up at 1-1.
Yeah, it's a 6-run ball game, but with how hot AJ's been all year, he gets one in the gap, possibly score 2. Oaks right back in the ball game.
Yeah, and the Oaks also have some guys behind him as well that can keep it going as Salgado now finds himself in a 1-2 hole. And the 1-2 gets Salgado. Not happy about that one. He fires the bat towards the first base dugout. And Coach Solis is going to have a conversation with Salgado. He might be pulling him quickly in a 6-run ball game just to get him off his feet.
Yeah, AJ looked mad on that. Not necessarily thought it was on purpose. 1-2 count. No way pitcher's trying to hit you on purpose. Just a breaking ball got away from him and hit AJ in a real bad spot. I don't know if that got him in his back foot or on his ankle. I know he wears a guard on his front foot, but maybe it got him right where that guard isn't.
Yeah, and it looks like Solis maybe wanted to take out Salgado, who just kept walking to first base and basically didn't give Dave an option, and instead he's staying in this ball game. So that loads the bases now with Zach Daudet coming up and the Oaks trailing by 6. As we now welcome Austin back. Welcome back, Austin.
How'd Sammy do?
Dude, Sammy was stellar.
Yeah, so Salgado is going to come out. Jack Brooks is going to come in. Yeah, took a little bit of extended bathroom break there. Went to check on our fellow intern Cam. And let me just say, if we can set up the broadcast somehow down where Cam is, the view from down there is absolutely unreal. Right behind home plate. The Riptide got a camera set up down there.
Yeah, it'll be hard to get a camera down there. But if they allow it.
Yeah, I think we'd have to put our entire setup down there, which, hey, why not? Let's just bring a table and set it up down there.
Just annoy all the fans that are around us as Daudet finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Like Sammy was talking about, in a 6-run ball game here, you're just looking for quality at-bats at the plate. Just looking to string a couple hits together. As I already see 3 guys on base to begin the inning. We'll see if Daudet can keep it going. And he grounds that one softly up the middle. Valentine's going to have to charge it. He bobbles it, and everybody's safe.
We'll see how they score that one because they had no chance at the double play there, and I don't know if they were even going to be able to get Daudet out there. And it looks like they're going to give it a base knock, as the only error that remains up there is the error from Gavin Grant getting on base.
Yeah, so that's an infield hit from Zach Daudet. The Oaks now trail 9-4 with Colin Heineck up there and the bases juiced. Heineck takes the first pitch. Strike from Naughton.
I wonder if that was the softest hit RBI of Zach Daudet's career.
It's quite possible. He just nubbed that one off the end of the bat. Luckily for him, it got past Naughton and took a bad hop.
Heineck finally in the game here. Talked about him potentially pinch hitting for Crandall, which felt like 3 hours ago. And he came in defensively after Sharp pinch ran for Chavez, and now he finally hits.
And he grounds that one softly to first. Going to second for one. Back to first. A beautifully turned double play for this Riptide infield.
Very, very conventional 3-6-1 double play right there.
And that is just an ultimate rally killer, as it'll be a pinch hitter for Jackson Lapiner. The Cal Lutheran product, Brendan Durfee, is going to hit for Jackson.
And that's going to be a frustrating one for Heineck there. He hits the RBI to make it now a 4-run game, but now there's only 1 runner out in scoring position with 2 outs now for Brendan Durfee.
Yeah, and because of the double play, actually, Heineck unfortunately will not pick him an RBI because he did ground into a double play. But he did get the run to come into home. So the Oaks now trail a 9-5. And one swing from Brendan Durfee could cut that lead in half. We already saw Durfee lead the yard back in game 1 against the Coastal Dodgers as he gets out of the way of that one. Two and 1 to Brendan Durfee. Fouls it away. 2-2 now.
That one might have gotten the food truck. Sammy had a very delicious chicken sandwich and french fries from earlier. Josh and I smartly got Jersey Mike's before the bus left.
As Durfee gets the count full to 3-2.
Both of us don't veer away from our number 7s.
Number 7.
No, I thought I was playing with my number 7 with lettuce and pickles, but Josh taught me. He only gets lettuce.
So I guess we're discussing food orders. That's where we are at this point in the broadcast. As Brendan Durfee walks, and the tying run is now on deck as Cody Sulak's up there with first and third and 2 away.
Number 10, Cody Sulak.
Did he just say Cody Soul?
I don't know. Cody Sulk?
Cody Hulk. I don't think Cody's parents are here tonight, so they'll probably laugh about that one watching the broadcast.
As Sulak takes a strike.
Going back to the Durfee at bat, that was a great work that bat from him. Battled a couple pitches away and worked a walk. And Scott Radinsky started to go out to pinch run, then got called back, so Durfee stays in there.
That one misses to Sulak. 1-1 now. This will be the first plate appearance of the day for Sulak. We saw him enter in defensively behind the plate for Zach Crandall, and now he'll get his opportunity at the dish. He's ahead 2-2. Gavin Mez telling the pitcher Naughton to just settle down. You don't want to allow the tying run to come up to the plate in this situation. But
Sulak looking to build off an RBI single he had in San Luis Obispo on Friday. Doesn't show that right now if you go to the stats on the CCL website because there's an input error. We don't do the stats. And we don't do them on away games either, so got to talk with somebody about getting that fixed for Cody.
Yeah, we got to fix that CCL stat page for Cody Sulak. As he strikes out looking on a beautiful pitch from Daniel Naughton to end the threat.
After the top of the
We
eighth
head to
inning,
the bottom of the 8th
2
inning
runs,
with the
2
Oaks
hits,
trailing 9-5.
2 errors for the Oaks. Score after 7.5 innings. Oaks 5, Riptide 9.
Lucien Westberg is back out there again for the 8th inning after he pitched the 7th for the Oaks. It'll be Gavin Heimowitz leading things off, and he gets hit with the first pitch. So Westberg throws one pitch here in the 8th inning, and he hits Heimovich, who's now been on base in each of his 2 plate appearances off the bench.
Number 27.
And that brings up Nathan Manning, who was also a late addition into this one. He's been on in his only plate appearance as well. And there goes the runner. Sulak unable to get it out of his glove, and it's a stolen base for Heimowitz.
Yeah, and just a couple of tough breaks there as Wetchberg starts things off with plunking Heimovitz, and then just Sulak unable to get that one out of his glove.
That'll be the first stolen base of the summer for Heimowitz. Surprised to see him go, and Up 4. That one's fouled back.
That could have just been like, you're going to hit me? I'm going to steal a bag on you in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 4-run ball game.
Bottom of the 8th inning.
Bottom of the 8th. I've lost track of time.
Yeah.
We're hungry.
Yeah, we are. And we were cruising through this one, but the past 3 innings since the 5th, it's been a long one, as Westberg is able to blow that one by Manning 1 and 2. The Oaks are in danger of suffering their 3rd straight loss as the Riptide look to end their 2-game losing streak and pick up their first win in a few games.
Yeah, it's got to be a weird feeling for the morale of the Oaks guys starting off the season as the hottest team in the CCL and now potentially on their way to a 3-game slide.
Especially when we start a stretch now of 5 games in 6 days where they're going to be playing a lot of baseball.
Wow. That pitch was disgusting, and I thought Manning was going to get leg locked into strike 3 there, but he gets a lucky break.
So here comes the 3-2 from Westberg. Ball 4. Westberg loses him and walks Manning. Back-to-back base runners to begin the 8th inning, and the Riptide are threatening with 2 men on and nobody out.
Now batting, catcher, number 18, Gavin Mez.
That brings up Gavin Mez, the catcher, who's been on all 4 times today. He reached on an error and has a couple hits. He's actually reached on an error twice today. He's got a couple hits as well. Westberger looking to get a ground ball out of Mez. And that one's grounded at 3rd. Stopped over there by Daudet. But he's unable to make the play as Zach Daudet transitioned from 2nd to 3rd base to begin this inning. With AJ Salgado coming out, Jack Brooks comes in at 2nd base.
Yeah, I figured that's the defensive movement that was going to happen since Brooks has only played 2nd base in the games he's played since joining the team on Tuesday.
So that'll be a hit for Gavin Mez, his 5th time on base today. That'll load the bases for TC Simmons. Takes the ball. Simmons struck out his last at-bat, but before that, he was 3 for 3.
Yeah, and that one was just a tough play for Daudet, but it's just unlucky day for him defensively. He had some struggles against the Dodgers, and he cleaned things up, and he was happy to do so, as talked about with him when he had the player of the game nod last week, and tonight has just not been his, Grant's, or Heineck's night, or really anyone in the infield.
It just hasn't been a good night for the Oaks defensively. Let's just say that. It's been pretty rough, as Austin's mentioning right now. They got 3 errors up there on the board, plus there's a potential for 2 more.
Just a lot of unlucky breaks when you look at it.
Yeah.
There's the one where it should be an inning-ending double play that just randomly bounces over Gavin Grant's head. There's the one where Heineck's easily breaking in on a ball, and it just, there's like, you can't really see on the camera, but there's a part of the infield where the dirt meets the grass, where it curves out at first base, where the dirt kind of chops in, so he slipped on that.
That one skied into center field. Carillo settles under it. It'll be deep enough to score the run. I'm sure he'll go to 3rd, and he does. But advancing to 3rd base easily is Manning, and coming in to score is Heimowitz, as the Riptide tack on another.
Now batting,
Yeah, and
3rd baseman, number 4, Emilio Rosa.
I'm a little surprised because, you know, I was thinking being in Orange County, Irvine, close to Anaheim, that we'd have, you know, predominantly Angel fans here. But again, these Dodger fans that are in the stands cheering with every fly ball thinking it's a home run.
Austin thinks he's a professional comedian.
Sammy's a Dodgers fan. He's laughing at it.
I think he's just laughing at how dumb the joke was.
He gave me knuckles when I talked about it earlier.
Well, yeah, earlier it made sense. First pitch from Westberg to Rosas is well up and in.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about unlucky, those 5 runs that came in the 4th and 5th for the Riptide, 1 earned run of those 5. Rivas just couldn't catch a break after 3 flawless.
And even that earned run, it was an unlucky bounce, like Austin talked about, that potentially inning-ending double play ball.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game, like, we only get to come here 2 more times compared to going some other fields a lot, but maybe we don't even want to come back here ever again.
That one's flown right to us, and it's going to go over our head for a foul ball. All 3 of us are ready for that. It looks like Austin's going to go to see if that broke a car. He can't tell.
Yeah, there's like a double barrier here. May have hit our bus, though.
Yeah, we got some
Hopefully our dinner's okay.
OC interns checking on our bus driver, I think. Here's the 1-2. And he totally fooled Rosas. I don't know how you don't give him that call there. I mean, we saw Rosas almost come out of his shoes, and he was still able to take it, yet the pitch landed on the outer half of the plate. Called ball.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Cam down below after the game to see how many of these were actually out of the zone, because as we mentioned, we can't really tell from the angle we're at, but a lot of these seem like strikes.
Yeah, so
Now batting, shortstop,
some of the times
number 2,
we
Chase
are talking about how egregious a strike call is, we might be totally wrong. Pitches might be called exactly the way that they're supposed to. It's hard to tell, and we'll find out from Cam after the game.
Yeah, and obviously you guys are seeing the stream. The angle you guys have is about 5 feet to our left, so we're even at a weirder angle than you guys are. And we apologize for that. We did not know that we were going to be all the way out here tonight. There's a very large press box here, and let's just say some people were unhappy when we were informed them that we weren't in there.
Yeah, and some people were unhappy. Hopefully we'll be in the press box next time, so that way you guys can see what's going on as well as us. That 1-1 breaking ball gets in there for a strike. 1-2 now.
Wetchberg's got some nice break on that curveball.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement on that breaking ball from Westberg, who's trying to complete his 2nd inning. He just got 1-2 on Chase Valentine, and he gets a swing and a miss. We head to the 9th inning. The Oaks are chasing 5. It'll be Glowacki, Carillo, and Ganus to start things off in the 9th.
and no errors for the Riptide. The score after 8 complete innings, Oaks 5, Riptide
here we are, top 9, and it's going to be a lot of changes going on as there's going to be 3 pinch hitters to start this off, as it's Radinsky, I think, that's going to pinch hit to start things off for Glowacki. Then he'll be followed by, I believe, David Whittle, who will then be followed by Noah Carliner if things line up with the way I think they will. But we'll see. The 3 of them are all out of the dugout swinging bats right now, so we'll see how it kind of unfolds between the 3 of them.
And the new pitcher for the Riptide will be Michael Dillon out of Nova Southeastern University. This is his 3rd outing of the summer. Couple scoreless outings, 2 2/3 with no runs, no hits either, just 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. And then his last outing, actually, he picked up a 5-out save. He entered in the 8th inning against the Foresters, allowed 1 unearned run, and picked up a save for the Riptide.
Michael Dillon.
He might be the closer for them this summer.
Scott Radinsky will be up to start, as he'll pinch hit. For Glowacki, he'll look at a fastball for strike 1.
For Radinsky, he's looking to pick up his first hit of the CCL.
That one will be ruled a ball outside. 1-1 now to Radinsky.
0 for 7 is Radinsky, and 7 plate appearances in league play so far.
So shoot that one over the right side. Tied up for out number 1. As Gavin
Now batting for the Oaks.
Heimovitz will
David
retire him
Whittle.
for out number 1. David Whittle now the pinch hitter for Carillo. Carliner stands on deck. Gavin Grant just popped out of the dugout with his helmet on, so he's gonna hit if it comes to him this inning. The first pitch to Whittle misses away. Whittle's signature moment so far this summer was he had a go-ahead bases clearing double late in a ball game, I believe, against the Riptide.
Yeah, I believe it was against the Riptide as well.
1-1 count now to Whittle. As he's ahead of that changeup. 1-2 the count now. And he looks at strike 3 on the off-speed pitch, the bottom part of the plate. So Carliner now steps in, and he's trying to get his back going.
Number 31, Noah Carliner.
This summer, as he's had his struggles after a very solid spring.
Yeah, for Carliner, he's struck out in 8 of his 10 plate appearances in CCL play.
That one's in there for strike 1. Carliner, definitely a team favorite, loves to entertain on the bus, and I don't know if I've heard the dugout as loud tonight as they are for Carliner's at bat with 2 outs here in the 9th. As he'll loop that one to right field. Caught. Ball game. The Oaks lose their 3rd straight as they fall to the Riptide 10-5 here on the road and head back home for what's going to be a really, really cool one tomorrow. We are definitely looking forward to it as the Oaks will play host to the Philippines national team, and it is their actual national team. Talked with Coach Dave Solis about that earlier today. 4:30 start at Sparky Anderson Field at Cal Lutheran for that one. And so for the Oaks broadcast, I've been Austin Gregory alongside Josh Mechanick and Sammy Holiday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some international play.
5-5 on the season.